Hey, stuffers. Ever wonder if Matt Groening has a crystal ball or if he's just really good at guessing? Alex here, and welcome back to Stuff with Alex.
Imagine this. It's 2000. The Simpsons airs an episode where Donald Trump becomes president.
Fast forward to 2016, and suddenly everyone's grabbing their Duff beer and saying, "Wait a minute, what just happened?"
What if I told you that wasn't the first nor the last time this animated family seemed to peek into our future? Today, we're diving deep into the Simpsons Conspiracy. Are these eerie predictions pure coincidence, or is there something more sinister and hilarious going on in Springfield?
All right, stuffers. Before we get into the tinfoil hat territory, let's set the stage. Who are the Simpsons? For the two people living under a rock, The Simpsons is an American animated sitcom created by Matt Groening for the Fox Broadcasting Company. It's basically a satirical depiction of American life, epitomized by the titular family: Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Since its debut in 1989, it's become a cultural phenomenon, running for over 3 decades, making it the longest-running American animated series, longest-running American sitcom, and the longest-running American scripted primetime television series. It's won countless awards, been praised for its wit, and become a benchmark for pop culture references. But somewhere along the line, the laughter started getting mixed with a whole lot of "wait, did they just predict that?" moments. Stuffers, how many of you grew up with The Simpsons? Smash that like button if Homer's "dough" is practically your life motto.
So how did a show about a yellow-skinned family and their shenanigans become known for its prophetic powers? It wasn't overnight. It kinda snuck up on us. The initial buzz started quietly, but it really exploded with a particular episode that made everyone sit up and pay attention. The earliest widely cited prediction often points to the 1997 episode, The City of New York versus Homer Simpson. In one scene, Lisa holds up a magazine advertisement for a bus trip to New York City, and the price, $9, is shown next to an outline of the Twin Towers. The placement of the 9 next to the 11 of the towers looked eerily like 9/11. Now, of course, this was well before the tragic events, but retrospectively, it became one of the earliest widely shared proofs of The Simpsons' predictive capabilities. This moment, combined with the sheer volume of content the show produced over decades, created a fertile ground for pattern recognition. Or, if you're like me, some seriously mind-bending coincidences. But that was just the appetizer, stuffers. The main course of bizarre foretellings was yet to come.
All right, buckle up, buttercups, because here are some of the most famous and frankly freaky instances where The Simpsons seem to pull back the curtain on the future. President Donald Trump, 2000. In Bart to the Future, Lisa becomes the first straight female president and quips, "As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump." This aired 16 years before he actually became president. That's not just a guess, That's a dart throw from across the universe that somehow hit the bullseye. The Disney Buys Fox, 1998. The episode When You Dish Upon a Star features a sign outside 20th Century Fox that reads, 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Co. 2 decades later, in 2019, Disney officially acquired 21st Century Fox. Coincidence? Or did Mickey Mouse have an inside man in Springfield? The smartwatch, 1995. In Lisa's Wedding, Lisa's fiancé communicates with a watch phone. This was long before Apple Watches and Fitbits became commonplace. I mean, my phone barely gets reception sometimes, and these guys were rocking Dick Tracy tech way back when. Ebola outbreak, 1997. In Lisa's Sex, Marge offers a sick Bart a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. A bit niche for a kid's book, right? Then, years later, the world grappled with multiple Ebola outbreaks. The Higgs boson particle, 1998. In The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Homer becomes an inventor and writes an equation on a blackboard that, according to some physicists, predicts the mass of the Higgs boson particle a full 14 years before its discovery. Homer Simpson, theoretical physicist? Who knew? Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl, 2012. The episode Lisa Goes Gaga features Lady Gaga performing at a concert suspended in the air. 5 years later, she performed at the Super Bowl halftime show suspended in the air. Voting machine malfunction, 2008. In Treehouse of Horror, 19th, Homer tries to vote for Obama, but the machine changes his vote to McCain. 4 years later, actual voting machines in Pennsylvania were caught doing something similar. Drop your wildest theory in the comments. Are the writers psychic or just incredibly lucky?
Now, Alex's official stance. Are these genuine prophecies or just mind-blowing coincidences? My money's on the latter, stuffers. Think about it. The Simpsons has been on for over 30 years, churning out hundreds of episodes with thousands upon thousands of jokes, storylines, and cultural observations. With that much content, the sheer statistical probability of some things eventually aligning with real-world events skyrockets. It's like throwing 1,000,000 darts at a wall. A few are bound to hit a bullseye, right? The show's writers are incredibly smart, witty, and often tapped into current events, social anxieties, and technological trends. They often exaggerate for comedic effect, and sometimes those exaggerations just happen to mirror future realities. It's less about predicting the future and more about reflecting the present with such uncanny insight that it feels like a prediction when it eventually comes to pass. Stuffers, smash that like button if you're already confused by how many times a cartoon got it right.
So, beyond the chuckles and the occasional shivers, what can we take away from The Simpsons' uncanny knack for seemingly predicting the future? In our current global situation, where information and misinformation spreads like wildfire, it's a powerful reminder of a few things. First, critically analyze what you see and hear. Don't just jump on the, "Oh my God, the Illuminati writers predicted it" bandwagon without digging a little deeper. Second, it highlights the enduring power of storytelling. Good writers, whether crafting a sitcom or a novel, often tap into universal human experiences, fears, and hopes that transcend time. Third,
It shows us how susceptible we are to pattern recognition, especially when it comes to extraordinary claims. Our brains love a good narrative, and The Simpsons predicted it is a far more exciting story than a vast amount of content increases the statistical probability of coincidence. Are we sometimes too eager to find meaning where there's just random chance?
Given all this, how should we, as discerning stuffers, respond to the wild theories and eerie coincidences that life throws our way? It boils down to seeking wisdom, exercising discernment, and grounding ourselves in truth. In a world increasingly saturated with information, it's easy to get swept up in sensationalism. But wisdom calls us to pause, to question, and to look for logical explanations before concluding something supernatural or conspiratorial. It's about being informed without being consumed. It's about finding stability in what is constant rather than chasing every fleeting theory. We should embrace curiosity, but temper it with a healthy dose of skepticism and a commitment to understanding the facts.
Ultimately, whether the Simpsons are accidental prophets or master satirists, their legacy offers us a unique lens through which to view our own world. Beyond the predictions and coincidences, the show consistently holds a mirror up to society, reflecting our quirks, our follies, and our shared humanity. The true wisdom isn't in deciphering secret messages, but in recognizing that while life can be unpredictable and full of surprises, there are enduring principles that guide us. Principles like truth, integrity, and the importance of family and community, even if that family includes a yellow, donut-loving oaf. In a world full of unknowns, clinging to these constants gives us a foundation. As Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 to 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." It's about trusting in something bigger than ourselves, even when the cartoons seem to know more than we do. Okay, thanks for watching. Peace out. Goodbye, guys.